Well, hello everybody. RV living with the geezer, and took a ride. We're out west of Fort Davis, about 13 miles, and that sign you just saw, DMR, that's Davis Mountain Resort. If I remember correctly, this road right here going in is like a washboard. So but this is it's not really a resort. It's a huge area that saying a subdivision wouldn't be right. It's just a huge area where I don't know how long it's been out here that they've developed it, but you can put probably anything you want to build out here. I mean, you talk about no restrictions and no codes. This place fits the bill if that's what you're looking for. I tell you what, I know this road smooths out once we get in there. It's about 3 miles to get in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this thing, and I'll be right. Let me slow down here. I'll be right back with you. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Now, you're right in the heart of the Davis Mountains out here. And in case that first part of this video got cut off, I'll repeat myself real quick. We're out in the Davis Mountains Resort, and it's a huge subdivision, not really a subdivision, but huge area. I don't know how many acres it is, that you can have just about any type of structure out here you want. These roads are maintained. They've got a what do you call it, sort of like a homeowners association out here, and that's how these roads aren't maintained by Jeff Davis County. And this one coming in, I don't know how much bumping my camera's gonna take out of it, but it's like a washboard. It is really bad, the main road coming in. And I've been on it for about 3 miles off the highway out there. And we're 13 miles, the entrance is 13 miles west of Fort Davis. So what I want to do is get back in here where some of the homes are, and I can show you the different types of homes in here. If you look it up on the on some real estate sites, there's some homes, cabins and trailers and homes on acreage, 5 acres or so or more, and I mean pretty reasonable for nowadays. I saw a nice not it's not a castle, but I saw a nice 1-bedroom cabin with a huge bathroom and on 5.5 acres for $86,000. Where are you going to find that anywhere else? Here's about the first house you come to right here. That's pretty nice right there. But this road goes on. If this road came out on the back, which it doesn't, if you went all the way through and you were able to come out, you would come out up by the McDonald's Observatory. So this road goes a long ways. This place is, I don't know, I wouldn't even venture a guess how many acres it is. But we'll get back here, and the homes are a little bit, will be more frequent. There's a Cross Trail and Tomahawk Trail is where I am right now. And that would be like under Fort Davis, Texas, 79734. So if you wanted to Google this on Google Earth or whatever, I like doing that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I swung by the post office this morning, and there was a letter in there for me. No name on it again, from Houston, and there was a very nice donation in there, and there was the paper that the donation the president's faces were wrapped up in were, it had 2 words on it. It said gas money. So I said, well, I'll just run them out to Davis Mountain Resort. And thank you very much, whoever sent that. A very nice contribution to my gas tank. Appreciate it. Anyway, back to Davis Mountain Resort. Yeah, this is the type of place where, you know, if you saw at lunchtime you needed a loaf of bread, you probably wouldn't drive all the way back into Fort Davis to get it. Because on these roads and the distance, you know, you're probably looking at an hour round trip to get into town and back. Like right now, I'm going 15 miles an hour, and it's almost too fast. There's some homes over there on the side of that hill, one with a green roof there. A buddy of mine had a house out here, one of these roads that goes off to the right. He built him a little cabin up on the side of a mountain. He had a guy with a bulldozer come in and carved out a level spot for him. And another thing about it out here is the water supply. Most of these people, I don't know how many have wells, but not very many, because I think it's just too expensive. They have huge storage tanks, and there's guys out here that have tanker trucks that haul water in and fill your tanks up whenever you need it. Charge you so much per gallon. I'll tell you what, any car you pass out here, the people wave at you because they probably hadn't seen another person in 3 months. Yeah, this guy's got a whole complex here. Look at this. Oh, there's a big old pile of lumber there. They're building something there. Okay, we're at Tomahawk Trail and Whiskey Run. See, we're right in the middle of the mountains. That's the elevation up here on some of these homes are up over 6,000 feet. So they list the temperatures in the Fort Davis paper for different areas out here, and they'll list Davis Mountain Resort, and it's always cooler than Fort Davis is, because some of these places are 1,000 feet higher. Squaw Valley we just passed. I think that's the road my friend's house was on, but I don't want to go down there because it's a dead end. You have to turn around. Like I say, I hope this isn't too bouncy. If it is, just sort of get in rhythm with it and just sort of shake your head with the while you're watching it, you know, up and down. Yeah, that probably worked, geezer, right? Another one of my brainstorms. Let's see, I think right here, this used to be, yep, sure was. I remember back in the old days, it says still says country store right there. It hadn't been open in years. Look at those, they had gas pumps out here. Yeah, I wonder what that gas would be now, about $40 a gallon. Talk about transportation charges, huh? So yeah. They've got their own volunteer fire department out here. And they assist, you know, Fort Davis and Marfa. You know, they're in the mutual aid pact, so they go help out. There's a little water trailer right there. I think they have a little community park here somewhere. And I know they have a couple of churches out here too. Yeah, that's a little park here. It says Davis Mountain Retreat on that sign. Yeah. There's one of the churches right there. I'm not being able to show you all too many homes. Most of them are back, you know, you have to turn off a side road and go back. Yeah, before this gets too long, I've got a story about this place and I'll tell it real quick, and you can Google it up and read more about it. But back in 1997, a fella moved out here. I don't know, he may have lived out here before that, but he decided that he was going to recreate the Republic of Texas, and he was going to be the head honcho. Okay, this guy's name was Richard McLaren, and he had property out here. He had ramshackle old house or trailer or something. So he got a flag made up, Republic of Texas, and hoisted that flag. And he had, you know, he had a little following. He had 5, 6 people that lived on that property. You know, some men, women. And he declared that he was succeeding from the state of Texas. They were the Republic of Texas. You know, they'd have their own laws and all that. So I think everybody just sort of left him alone, you know. Well, that kook is out there. And we'll just go back here a ways. But anyway, well, he got in a little tiff with his neighbors and this older couple. And he went over there and kidnapped them. I think one of them even got wounded or something, minor wound in the leg. Or this is back in '97, okay. And he kidnapped them. Well, then that's when they started paying attention to him. You know, they had a standoff with him. I mean, I remember when all this happened. They must have had half the state of Texas public safety troopers out here. They had the FBI, they had the FBI, Department of Public Safety, they had county sheriffs. They probably had 300 law enforcement out here. And that standoff lasted for 7 days. And finally his, I guess, quote, unquote, wife, McLaren's wife, decided she'd had enough, and she surrendered. And he finally, that same day, he gave up, and they got the hostages back, and two of his followers didn't surrender. They took off and escaped. I think one of them got shot by the people looking for him, and you know, I don't know if he made it or not, but all the rest of them, including old McLaren, got life sentences, and they don't want to let them loose. They're in different prisons in Texas, serving out their terms. So that's the story. If you want to read about it, it's called you could just Google like Republic of Texas standoff, and then just, you know, put Fort Davis in there so they don't get it mixed up with the other Republic of Texas. So anyway, that's the story. So it just shows, you know, when you can build anything you want to, which I'm sort of for that, but you know, you always do have that element that can come along, and that bad apple that can come along and screw everything up, you know. By golly, we're seeing a lot of pretty country, but not seeing a lot of homes. It's Davis Mountain Resort. Okay, there's a mobile home down there. They got a big old one of those storage container things. Looks like a single wide mobile home right there. We'll drive a little further back in here. Heck, I came this far out. We might as well see what we can see, right? Old Blanca's napping in the back seat. Let's see, we're go climbing up here now. We're gonna gain some altitude. Yeah, you don't, if you stay on this main road, you don't need 4-wheel drive. That's another reason I don't want to get off this main road, because I really don't know about all the side roads. There is some of them that you would need 4-wheel drive. We got a deep canyon right here, guys. I mean, it goes down there a ways. It's a pretty day today out here, but it's cold, it's chilly, and the wind has been blowing for 3 days straight. It's probably blowing 25, 30 miles an hour. There's a Quonset hut looking place over there. Here's a nice metal roof on that place right there. There are several properties for sale, and there's also different land for sale. Most of the bare land out here, I've noticed, is like 5 to 6 acres, and it runs around $5,000 an acre, which is ridiculously cheap for nowadays. But you just have to make sure that your land is a piece of land that you could build on, because you can see the terrain out here, sloping, and it could take you that much more money for site work to get you a level spot to build a house on. And then, like I say, you got to have most people have to have their water brought in. And they've got power out here, of course. You can see these poles. They've got power, and they've probably got fiber optic cable. I'm not real sure on that one. But you could, as far as I know, you could drag a 50-year-old beat up RV out here if you owned a piece of land and park it, and you'd be good to go. Sort of like that Terlingua Ranch out there by Big Bend, where old Rusty talks about it a lot. Here's that second church out here. This is that, what do you call that, pagoda style, or Davis Mountain Community Church. All welcome. That's a nice building. Big old deep valley here. I guess some of y'all have noticed how dirty my truck is. It's been this way since that dust storm blew through Alpine that time. And I'm like, well, what's the use of cleaning it right now with these winds? I do want to take it to the car wash sometime, but I got to wait for these winds to quit blowing. Oh, here, look at here, guys. Here, look down there. That's a nice place. Can you see it? I hope. Big old barn. Got it all cleared off real nice. That's pretty. Let's keep this going till we get down there, and then I'll shut it down. But take a look at that. See, there's houses over there on those hillsides. Like I say, it could be like I don't know, 20,000 acres here maybe. I don't know how big it is. So if anybody wants to get away from civilization, the old geezer. Now look at this place. I tell you what, this has been here a while. That must have been one of the old original. This was probably an old ranch. Oh, you know what that is right there? That rock? That's an old water tank for cattle. And look at that. They built a barn over the top of that water tank. It's sort of like a garage. Maybe that's where one of their fire trucks is. They probably got them. Yeah, it is. That sign says something. Sign's a little ragged there. It says something fire department on it. That is awesome. They used that water tank for the walls, and then they just built a roof over it. That's pretty ingenious there. This is pretty down in here. And you've got different types of trees down in here too. You've got some beautiful, beautiful big oak trees. And you've got some pine trees up in here with this elevation. No, I remember this. You come down here and it's sort of this road. Yeah. See how it's all cleared out down here? Yeah, there's the fire department over there. Yeah. See, they got a well right there with a windmill. Yeah, I'm glad I came this far back. I forgot this was back here. This must be where they store their materials to maintain the road with. Look at that. Look at that landscape over there, guys. See, there's another one of the old, well, that's a concrete one. That's newer than the water tank where they built the fire department building. We'll circle around here and then I'll shut it down. I don't know how long this video's been going. It'll take a while to upload. But I just wanted to get y'all out here to see Davis Mountain Resort. I'm sorry we didn't run in more homes for sale. If you look at Davis Mountain Realty, if you are interested in property and you look at Davis Mountain Realty on the web, Google that up, and because I looked at it earlier, and they've got several homes on there that are out here. But it has to say, for it to be in here, it has to say DMR. And you're going to be able to tell the difference just from the prices, because they're going to be way lower than the homes in Fort Davis that I saw for sale are ridiculously high. I mean, like a little 2-bedroom old house was, $250,000 on half an acre. So, yeah, look at Davis Mountain Realty. They got a pretty nice website. So, yeah, with just looking at this peak over here, this would be the Geezer. Enjoyed the ride. I hope you all did. We'll be talking at you later. From Davis Mountain Resort, Geezer signing out. Adios, my friends. Bye-bye.